Hello, everybody. We are Bali Moms. I am Robin, and this is my friend Sonia. And today, on the day of the recording, it's actually World Compliment Day. So we really wanted to talk about that with you guys, about how compliments not only affect sort of this you in the moment, they affect you sort of internally, your brain and your body. Like when I tell Sonia that she is one of the best dancers that I've ever seen and the best Bollywood dancer that I know.
Oh,
It makes her feel good, but it also makes me feel good.
See the smile, like sudden smile and boost and like getting straighter on my chair.
A little flush in the cheek.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's all scientifically proved that when you receive a compliment, there is something happening in the whole body. Like it starts from the brain, in the hypothalamus, like in the middle, a little part in the middle of the brain. And there is this part that regulates sleeping, eating, and also the neurotransmitter, the release of the neurotransmitters, such as the dopamine that you may have heard. So it's the little messenger coming in the body and sending messages like, yay, like it's boosting your self-esteem, your self-confidence, your motivation, just like feeling better.
Yeah, and dopamine is a really important mood stabilizer. And so when we work at balancing those neurotransmitters, it has some other neurotransmitters that are related to it, but dopamine specifically is a really important mood transmitter. And all of the things that Sonia said, sleep, those sorts of things all affect our ability to stabilize our mood. And so when we're doing that, we are fighting off things like depression, anxiety, and those sorts of things that come about in our day if we can just balance out that dopamine. So if we are complimenting somebody else, we are doing two things. We are giving them the gift of dopamine release into the system, but guess who else gets a dopamine release when you give a compliment? You do. So that's the bonus for you. So both of you get to benefit from that moment of kindness.
Yeah, and it really helps the person go back to the present. When you compliment, the person's like, oh, you say something about me, like whether it's something that you're wearing, like physical something, or it could be something that the person did. It's like, oh, going back to like the moment when the person say the compliment. It's like, okay, nice. And you realize, and all these chemicals happening in the body, like everything's happening. It's like, okay. It's like, and the body is like crave for more. It's like, okay, I should do more about this. I should maybe pay more attention about few things or do more of the activities you were doing. But so you feel like you're feeling better. Like in some way you're feeling better and you want to continue feeling in that state because the body loves being in that state of feeling good.
Absolutely. And we've heard of things like that when we're talking about our children and using positive reinforcement as a tool for helping our children to learn what is a better action for them. So if we are offering compliments like they've done such a great job of cleaning the floor, cleaning the bathroom, or whatever it is that they've done, and, rather than going on the other side of it and nitpicking the things that didn't get done, then we can really sort of encourage them to want to do it again. And and in the end, that's sort of the thing, right? We want to make sure that we're giving reinforcement so that we know that they feel good, we feel good, and more importantly, they want to repeat that behavior.
Yeah. So giving compliment might not be that easy. Like for me, I know that years ago was not that easy to give compliment to people because I feel like awkward, like saying like, oh, I love your curls, Robin, on your ponytails. Or like, it's so nice and neat. Or like seeing my children, it's like, oh, I like that you clean up all your stuffies in your bed so it's not on the floor anymore. Like finding something to say which was good was a bit tricky for me. So it came with practice. And then it feels easier to say it more often and even to people that you don't really know at all.
Yeah, and it's super important to recognize your strengths and your weaknesses in that regard, because we all have different personality type. We're introverts, we're extroverts, and even just here, I'm an extrovert for sure. Sonia is an introvert. And so for me to talk to other people or talk to strangers is not a difficult task. But for someone like Sonia, it would be more difficult. And like she said, the only thing that you need in that case is you need to be genuine. You need to mean it, first of all. But secondly, you just need to practice. So when you think it, you just need to have it come out your mouth, So, because often you're thinking these lovely things about other people, but we don't say it, but you could really just make someone's day if you just verbalized what was going through your mind anyway.
Mm-hmm. And I remember when I was practicing compliment through years, because I had these kind of seminars about feeling good and helping people feeling good. And one of the tips that for this kind of introvert person that I'm kind of, like saying, when you see someone and you want to say, instead of saying, hi, how are you? You say, hi, Robin. It's like, I'm so glad to see you. It's like, you look so pretty. This is a compliment. You don't start the day with, how are you? And then the person's like, oh, I don't feel good. And you may like go down with the mood, but try to like compliment when you see someone and say hi. So, hi, I'm so glad to see you, Robin. I haven't seen you for ages. You look so pretty today, or you look sharp, or you look ready for the day, or something like that. So that's one tip that I've been using more and more to help me crack that shell and then try to praise more people. And another tip that I could share is like when you're in the restaurant, for instance, and you have the waiter coming to you and you see the name tag, you can also like try to make a compliment like, oh, hi, Brenda, it's nice to have you serving us. We're happy to have you, or something like that, but like cracking the shell. And then the person, when you name the person that you don't know, the person's like, oh, okay, yes, the person is willing to present and receive all this compliment and appreciation.
Yeah, and bringing things back to the moment, like you said earlier, if we are so busy in our day-to-day lives that we forget to be in the moment, to be present. And so when we do that, we are doing that, just that. We all spend, and I could literally maybe we'll do an entire call on, hi, how are you? Because this has become such a natural sentence for people, but the intention is not there. So when you're asking someone, how are you? You're not actually asking them. It has just become the part of the greeting.
Oh, yeah.
So taking the time to actually mean it. So even if you say, how are you? You look so good today. When you say, how are you? You need to stop and listen to the answer. And that's sort of how I've sort of trained myself out of that particular greeting or sentence, is because I noticed that I was saying, hi, how are you? As I was walking past people. And so, that's kind of rude if you think about it.
Like, I don't want to hear the answer.
Yeah, exactly. So now if I say, how are you? I actually I physically, I pin myself to the spot and I look the person in the eye, and then I listen to what they have to say. And that also opens a door to offer some kindness and some nice words to that individual, because instead of just passing by them, you're actually taking time out of your moment to give to their moment. And that really just sort of stops the whole world, which is great.
Yeah. Like really like be in the present, both of you, and then really listen to each of you.
Yeah.
So that's very important.
Yeah.
Like we
and
need
all
that.
This relates back to when we talked about the 5 love languages. We're going to put that link in the comments below as well, so you can watch that video, because in the 5 love languages, words of affirmation is one of the more important, or not more important, excuse me, one of the important love languages that's part of those 5. So also very important.
Yeah. So we would like to challenge you, and we would like you to challenge to actually praise at least 3 people, whether you know them or not, but compliment them and see how you feel when you compliment them too, and see how they respond too. And the bonus stretch is like you do it for maybe 3 days in a row.
I was going to say a week, Sonia.
So let's go for a week. Okay, so let's stretch it out and then do it for a full week with a like full on praising and complimenting.
3 times a day. 3 times a day.
3 times a day, yes.
Yeah.
So 3 times a day for a full week, and see how you feel and how the other person responds. So we want to hear from you in the comments.
Yeah, you have to tell us, okay? We need to know that you did your homework, and what was the response? What did you get from that?
Yeah. So make sure you reply. And also give some love in our videos because we love the love.
Comment, reply, subscribe, all of those things. Yeah.
Sounds good. So you are awesome, guys, for watching us, and we love you.
And we think you're so beautiful.
You are. And we really appreciate the time that you are taking for listening to us. We love
Thank
you.
you. Bye.
Bye.